Okay, you guys, before we get started on this appetizer today, I just have to tell you, I'm sorry if the lighting's bad. You would not believe what I had to do to get the shot over my stand mixer. We'll just say that my iPhone and washi tape are now very good friends. So, today, another appetizer. This is actually a cheese ball, and it has a delicious, salty, herby, rich taste because it has cream cheese and prosciutto and fresh herbs, and so it's one of my favorites. My youngest daughter loves it. My whole family loves it. And it is one of those things you can make like 2-3 days ahead, so you don't have to worry about it the day of Thanksgiving. So I started with some cream cheese that I have softened, and I'm going to, I actually like to just blend that up first real quick just to get it all the way soft and mixable, because that is the hardest part, right, is blending in the cream cheese. Then I have a 1/4 cup of butter that I have just chopped up kind of small, just to, let me grab a spatula, just to help it incorporate faster. I didn't soften the butter or anything, I just cut it up so that it would go in there just fine. And then I'm also going to put in, where's my fontina? Okay, I have about a cup of fontina cheese that I've shredded, put in here. I've also used Gruyere in this if you need that. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of milk just to help it thin a bit. And another tablespoon or so of Worcestershire sauce, maybe 2. I really like Worcestershire. I like it in this too. Okay, mix it back up. Okay, and now I'm gonna add in the herbs and the prosciutto. Am I still under there? Okay, the herbs and the prosciutto. So I have like 2-3 tablespoons of fresh basil from the garden. I totally need to dehydrate some basil because it's coming out my ears. Another 2-3 tablespoons of chopped green onions from the garden. Also need to dehydrate those because they're coming out my ears. And then I have about a 1/4 cup of prosciutto that I've chopped up. I think my package is about 6 ounces and I use about half the package that I buy. It's kind of all stuck together, so I try to like crumble it in and separate it as I go, but it'll get more separated in here, which you don't have to have a stand mixer for this. It's just easier for me, but you can use one of those little hand mixers or even just a large fork. Don't need this equipment. It just is nicer to my arms. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna blend it again here. Make sure it's all mixed together, get all this stuff out. And this is one of those things you could serve with crackers, and I've also used apple slices for it. That's pretty good. Okay, and then because I don't always buy the same prosciutto and stuff, I'm not exactly sure how it tastes. I always taste it to see if it needs more salt. That's actually really good. I'm going to throw in a tiny bit of pepper, actually, but you can taste it, salt and pepper. I always say that in all my recipes, even in my cookbook. It's like, taste salt and pepper, adjust, you know, the way that you like it. I'm just going to hand mix that in. Okay, and then I will show you how I form my ball. Let me take this out of the way for a second. This, put it back under the countertop, and I'm just going to use press and seal. I'm like, what all can they see there? Okay, press and seal here. You can use regular saran wrap. I'm just going to tear off a piece. Okay, and I'm going to try to just kind of clump this all up together and smack it down into a ball. Okay, and then I'm going to use the press and seal stuff to actually shape it a little bit more. And I am completely okay with shaping it after it's wrapped. That does leave some marks, in it, like some lines, but I'm actually gonna roll it in pecans, so that's fine. So I just kind of get it as round as I can. And then this goes in the fridge for at least an hour. Again, you could do it a day ahead. You could roll it in the nuts after, like in an hour, or you could roll it right before you serve it. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and then I will bring you back here when it is firm enough to roll and plate. Okay guys, so I'm gonna get my cheese ball out of the fridge. It's been about an hour and a half for me. I had to go run an errand. And it's, you can just tell by feeling it, it's way more firm. And I'm just gonna unwrap it. Letting it sit, I actually do prefer making this a day ahead because letting it sit lets that basil really permeate in there, and it's delicious that way. Okay, I have a plate of chopped pecans right here, and you could use pine nuts or whatever nut you like. I've used both, but I like the pecans for this, and I'm just gonna sit it there. And I have this weird issue that once the cream cheese is on my hands, I can't roll the cream cheese ball. I need to clean them. It's weird because they're just gonna get cream cheesy again. So I kind of just laid them all out on the plate, trying to get like a thin, even layer. And then just roll the ball around. And once I rolled it around for a while, I will look for bald patches like this one. And kind of gently, don't push them all the way in, but push it enough that they kind of stick in there. Some more bald patches. You can kind of clump it down on those nuts to get them shoved up in there. Okay, and then once I have all that done, just kind of help reform it a bit. Rinse my hands again, because that's just how I roll. And then I'm going to take a platter for it. Gently put that in the middle, and then you just need crackers. Sorry, dish issues. Then you just need crackers. I have a little spreader, but a lot of people just use a cracker to scoop off a bunch. I like these scallop cracker trios from Trader Joe's. It has rosemary, red chili, and garlic crackers. And I will just take them and put a bunch around the outside. Again, one of those things that is really not time consuming, can be made ahead, which is really the name of the game for me on Thanksgiving. I really like stuff that can be made ahead, so I can chat with the family that I don't see that often, hang out with them. And since this platter is wider, I actually like to do my rows like in layers like this. But if you have a smaller one, you could do like a third of each cracker or something like that. Since the outside row is bigger, I do the outside one half and half. The inside one is one flavor. That way I have all three flavors on there. You don't have to have 3 flavors of crackers though. You can obviously just put whatever you guys like. Push them all up here. Push these out a tiny. Looks like I need one more right in there, and there you have it. Your little prosciutto, herby, basil cheese ball with nuts and crackers. Another easy appetizer that can be made ahead to make your Thanksgiving day run smoother.